Hi, I am Shubham and this is the third skill test of React known as habit tracker. So let me show you the output first. So this is the habit tracker and I have built from past 1.5 day, and how I approach this problem is I basically at the very front I was totally blank, but then because I don't know how to implement this functionality of clicking one button thrice and implement those functions using Redux state. But then I implement this one step at a time. So I first build header part, and it does not have any links content to it, and then I divided this app into three sections: overview section, habit display, and habit details section. So if you see, then we have this overview component over here, and this we have habit display component, and that in that we have habit details component. So, and I have used a Redux toolkit in this project, and the reason I have used Redux toolkit is because in my previous project, this is ProShop e-commerce project, I have implemented this state management into Redux. So if I show you in the code, then this is the code part of that e-commerce project, and here I have at whole 20 Redux state. So this was quite a big project, so I want to implement this habit tracker using Redux toolkit. So I will also learn a Redux toolkit. So I will first opening the habit tracker project now. While it is open over there, let's discuss the functionality of this project. So we can add new habits and delete some habits, and that displays over here. If I click, then this is then component over here, model component, and I have not provided a route for this because I don't think for editing two fields we have to display a separate route and include those two fields into the whole page. So I displayed a model component over here, and if we add some new habits, let's say and if we click add, then our state gets updated, as you can see. So this is our state, and in all habits now we have 3 habits. Firstly there were 2 habits. So our state gets updated and that habits get added into this, and then we display that habit over here. So by initial, all the components, all the status of the days are now set to none. We have 3 status over here: none, that is by default, then done, and then fail component, fail status. And also we can update many of the status of the day, and if we click on delete or any of the habit, that gets deleted. And I have also implemented this in the local storage, so even if we refresh the page, our habits don't get disappeared. So coming towards the code part, these are some of the dependencies. I have used this Redux toolkit in this project, and React and type.js library. So in public I have one index.html file, and in Redux toolkit we don't have that all actions and reducers components separately. Instead we have this feature folder, and in this feature folder we have habits slice. So what this slice is, basically this slice is a combination of store, habit reducers, and habit actions. So all the 3 we get into combined state of habit slice. And if later I will show you how this habit slice work, but this is the habit slice, and this is combination of all the 3 states. So basically, first my initial state of habit is an empty array, and and I have put one habit into it. So at the initial state I have one habit in the store, and then these are actions on that habit state. So add habit, delete habit, and change status, and these are in the reducer function. So basically this is the reducer function, and this reducer function is mapped towards the action. So this is how basically the Redux toolkit works. And in bottom I have export all this actions and this default reducer. So coming from the entry point in app.js, I have header component and two components over overview and habit display. These are basically this overview component and habit display component. So in habit display, what we are doing is, we are fetching all the habits from the current state and the state.all habits. So this all habit state, and then we are mapping those habits and displaying their title, description, and passing that habit details component to habit details over here. So in habit details we are getting those details. That details are basically the status of the day, so day, Monday, and this all the status. And we are displaying those status over here on the basis of the state. So we are updating this state, we are getting this state from the Redux store. So if state is none, then we are displaying that check icon over here, and if state is done, then we are displaying those icons respectively. And if we click on one of the state, that is, if we click on one of the states, if say we click on this first, it was none, then we click, then it becomes done. So if it is none, then we are passing that which habit we want to change and on what day we want to change to this check status handler, and this check status handlers then dispatch new state into the component, into the store, and set the status to the next status, that is done. So if it is none, then it will be done, and if it is done, then it will be fail over here. So then our state our dispatch functions get calls into this habit slice, and we change the status according to the mentioned title, day, and then we change the status over here and return that habit state. So if that habit states get written, and we see the updated state of the habit over here. So let me add one more habit over here. So if we click refresh, then also this updated habit is in our local storage. So when we create a new habit, then we add that habit into our local storage here, and when we click refresh, then we fetch those habits, all the habits from local storage, and update into the state, initial state. And this app is also responsive. So if I show you the responsiveness, so it's also responsive on almost every screen size, and we can check also here. And if we see the local storage, then those 3 habits are in our local storage. So even if we click refresh, those 3 habits get over here, and if we click on delete and if I refresh, then we have 2 habits in the local storage. And lastly, this is type.js library where I have displayed some thoughts regarding to habits. So this was all from my side. I have implemented all the features listed over here. So I have multiple habits, track those habits, states of that habits, display all the habits, and also update the states of previous habit. So, and I have also deployed it on Netlify and on GitHub as well. So this was from all my side. Thank you.